Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to make a birthday card using my Big Shot. I'm going to start off with my bottom standard cutting pad, and I'm going to put a shim on top of that because my die, I'm going to use the 2 tags die, doesn't cut through completely unless it has just a little bit of lift. So I'm going to put the 2 tags die on top of the shim, and the shim is just a little piece of cardboard, very thin cardboard, that's cut just about the same size as the die. I'm going to put a piece of Whisper White cardstock on top of one of the tags on the die. It's cut 5 by 3.5, and then I'm going to use my crease pad, because if I used my top standard cutting pad, it would cut right through the score line on the tag, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to run it back and forth just a little bit. And almost cut my tag right out, so I have a pair of paper snips. And I will just quickly cut on the line there. And so I have one of the tags. The next thing I'm going to use, again, is my Big Shot. And this time, I have a layer for my card front. I believe it's cut 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to bring in my platform. I'm going to put it on tab 1. Bottom standard cutting pad. My Perfect Polka Dots embossing folder. I'm going to slip the cardstock inside and then put my top standard cutting pad on. And I'm going to create a layer for the front of my card. My card's going to be a little bit unusual this time. As soon as I finish this, I can explain how. All right, so I've got my layer and I've got my die. And I'm going to put my layer aside for just a moment, and I'm going to do some stamping on my little tag that I have die cut out. So I'm going to turn it over. Just a minute, I need to just sort this out for a second. Okay, on this side, I'm going to use my Up, Up, and Away stamp set, and I'm going to use the polka dot balloon, and I'm going to stamp it using Marina Mist. So I'll ink up the balloon and stamp it down. Perfect. And then I'm going to ink up the little basket for the balloon using Marina Mist as well. There we go. I'm going to let that dry for just a second. And then on this side, I have the phrase from the same stamp set, and it says, "Happy Birthday to You." So I'm going to ink that up using Marina Mist. And I'm going to stamp it like so. And then what I'm going to do is use my little closure on the tag so that when my recipient opens it up, it says, "Happy Birthday to You" on the inside. All right, so then what I'm going to do is put my card together. And here's what makes it a little bit unusual. I'm not going to use a card that opens. I'm just going to use a Marina Mist card base. And I'm going to take my Perfect Polka Dots layer. I'm going to adhere it on. Okay, got that done. And then I have, from the paper stacks, I've got one of the pages from the Subtles paper stack that's still available in the big catalog, and I've taken a Marina Mist polka dot sheet, and I forget the measurements. I think it's 4 3/4 by maybe 3.5 or 3 3/4. And before I adhere that on, I'm going to take a piece of Marina Mist ribbon. It's the taffeta ribbon, and I'm going to adhere it on the bottom part of the polka dot sheet. Excuse me. And I'm not going to put any adhesive on the front of it because I'm going to take my Marina Mist ribbon again. I'm going to turn this upside down and I'm going to just create a little bow. Wrap this around like so. And I have a little decorative bow element on the front of my card, and I can just slide it over a little bit if need be. There we go. And then I'm going to turn this back over, and I'm going to adhere it on the front of my card. Like so. And then I'm going to take my 2 tags die, put some adhesive on the back of it, and adhere it on the front like so. So then when the recipient opens it up, it says happy birthday to you, and I can write a sentiment, or I can just put love and my name, and then I can tuck this back in to have it stay closed. Then the very last thing I'm going to do, just to add a little pop of sparkle, I love sparkle on all of my cards, I'm going to use some dazzling details, and I'm going to just squeeze it out and put a spot of sparkle on every one of the dots on the balloon on the front of the card. And then I'm going to put a little bit more on the basket of the balloon. And when this dries, it'll add just a touch of sparkle to the card and just sort of one final interesting detail, which is why it's called Dazzling Details. And that's it. A little bit on the basket below. And there we go. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements for the cardstock layers, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. While on my blog, I've got lots of other sample ideas for you to see. I have a special announcement about my new catalog open house. The new annual catalog goes live on June 1st, and so I'm holding a catalog kickoff to celebrate. You can place an order through me, or you can ask me a question by using the Contact Me button on the top. I'm Terri. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.